9 Premier matchup sees two of the GRC frontrunners go head-to-head for some crucial competition points. The leading subscriber side, the Celtic Dragons, will be taking on the number 1 AI team in Montpellier to decide who will take the number 1 spot overall at the end of round number 9. Hello again everyone and welcome back along to your home of rugby in the GRC, the Global Rugby Challenge, the subscriber series, where you guys take the field against the world's elite. Today is a huge matchup for the competition. The Celtic Dragons, who sit in number 1 spots, are at home taking on the leading AI side in Montpellier. Now they were impressive in round 8. Can they back it up again here in round number 9? Trying to stop them and keep their number 1 spot on the table will be the Celtic Dragons. And the last couple of rounds this side have been fairly impressive as well. This team is still yet to lose. A 6-win, 2-draw record. No one has put them completely to bed this season just yet. In round 7 they took out a strong Leinster side, 31 points to 7, and then last round, in round 8, it was the Scarlets who were no real threat to the Dragons at all. 28-7 they went down in that one for round number 8. Today they return for one of their biggest matchups of the season as we are getting down to the nitty-gritty part of the competition. For round 9, this will be the lineup that the Dragons are going for. In the front row will be Ao Mokwa alongside Daniel Jenkins and Jeff Peter Mukoko. No change for that front row combination. Into the second row, Craig Anderson gets a new partner alongside George Withers. In the back row, has a little bit of a mix-up with Adam Middop-Jones alongside captain Jordi De Rossi, and Frederick Loeb will resume at number 8. The De Rossis continue with Jeremiah lining up at number 9, scrum half, and his house partner will be the impressive Connor O'Donnell. Into the midfield, and it's experience personified with Steve Teacox at 12 and Bogdanola lining up at outside centre. The back three will consist of Junior Mocker on the left side, Antonio Ricky on the right, and the impressive Thomas Shelby at fullback again for the Celtic Dragons. Another team that has only suffered one loss this season, and that was to Leinster way back in an earlier round of the competition. They currently sit with a 6-win, 1-loss, 1-draw record, and heading into this matchup, it is crucial that they keep the pace with the competition leaders. The last couple of rounds have been pretty tough for them. They disposed of the Lowly Lions 46-15 a couple of rounds ago, but it was in round number 8 that they were ultimately tested against their first subscriber side. The Guardians of the Crib came knocking, and that one ended in a 21-all draw between Montpellier and the Guardians. This side, we know, we've seen them now once, and we know that they are no slouches. It is a very good pack, but it was the explosive ability of that backline. Guys like Francois Steyn and Jan Serfontein were simply amazing, but none more so than the immaculate presence of Aaron Cruden at fly half. He was the one alone who put that game against the Guardians right to the sword and right to the very bitter end as well. It is experience throughout this whole team, and any side with guys like Bismarck and Yanni Duplessis in the front row. Willemse will be alongside Divovic in the second row. Kamara, Drago and Picamoles are a very strong and very powerful back row combination. We haven't even talked about the back three, which consists of some of the best finishers and creators in the game today. Nemani Nadolo on one side, Tomosi Ngusa on the right side, and Benjamin Fall lining up at fullback for this Montpellier team. They sit 5th, but a win here tonight will put them straight up to 1st. They need a win, nothing less, and that is what they've come here to get. So the crowd hushes as we get set for kickoff. The Celtic Dragons will be kicking off in the white and green kits. It will be Montpellier in the two-tone blue as we are ready to go. Connor O'Donnell, ball in hand, and the referee blows the whistle, and underway we go. O'Donnell kicking long, and Montpellier receiving on the 22, and it's dragged in from Louis Picamoles in the first use of the football. Will go to Montpellier. They fire it out to midfield, and it is Drago. Oh, he's lost it to Loeb. Great work there from Frederick Loeb. No one's helping out here at all. For the Dragons, no one jumps in. Terrible work there, the breakdown, and Montpellier get it straight back. Made to do hard defensive work there were the Celtic Dragons. Waiting for it now is Ruan Pinar, who goes for a bit of a round and finds Aaron Cruden back on the inside as they shimmy it back to the left side. Pick and go once again. Willemse offloading. They cut around the corner, and his second row is eventually who put it together. And Julian Levinovic has put it to ground for Montpellier. It's offload city at the moment as they keep it alive and just trucking upfield. Louis Picamoles with another go. Here's the Dolo. And he runs straight into some heavy traffic there and almost getting turned over by the Dragons' defence. Here's a Kamara run and Cruden's here as well. They keep it left and right before eventually, again, it's to ground from Ouedraogo. Left side Cruden, he's broken away. This time he kicks long, and nicely put away in the breeze as well. Chasing back is Shelby. Shelby's got support from a couple of defenders and then goes to Craig Anderson down the left-hand touchline. Anderson's got power. He looks serious, but Nadolo has got plenty of his own. Setting it up now quickly. It sits up for Mokwa. Mokwa runs. Mokwa steps and is absolutely decked down. Big tackle there on him. Jenkins goes to Waller. Oh, it's gone to no one. And somehow it's picked up from De Rossi. And a great piece of play there from De Rossi. Tekogs to Withers. Withers fence one. Withers looks wide. Here's O'Donnell with room. He's still got Ricky with him. Goes to Ricky. Ricky gets hammered. Great defensive work, putting Antonio Ricky into touch. Both sides of opportunities. Both sides have let them flag so far. Bismarck Duplessis, Mr. Experience, the number 2 jumper, goes to the back. And Ouedraogo pulls it in, and look at this charge forward by the pack of Montpellier. Dragons twisted eventually. Kamara runs, and he gives it short very well to Ruan Pinar, who trudges him up towards the 10-metre line. It's been all Montpellier so far, as the scoreboard still reads 0-0. Now they use the back line, staying, going out wide. Duplessis giving it eventually out to Kamara, who takes another tackle on. And they just go sideways at the moment. Cruden to Stain. He's got support from Duplessis, and he gets it to Negusa, goes back to Duplessis, and now the score coming around from Serfontaine, who is flattened into touch. And these two sides are really bashing heads against a brick wall at the moment. Neither team really other to break the other down. And after 22 minutes, we sit in a stalemate of 0 points. Jenkins to the back, and De Rossi does well to his brother De Rossi. Geordie beautifully away to Jeremiah. Here is O'Donnell. O'Donnell breaks through one. O'Donnell keeping it alive. Hitting the ruck there was Mokwa very hard and winning that ball straight back. Bogdanola has a whole pile of room out here. All off in the corner, and Bogdanola will score. Simple as you like. The Dragons are in, and that is a real game breaker. The room created from Connor O'Donnell gave too much space for that man. Bogdanola, who is an express finisher, just had to get away from the chase of Pinar, who didn't have the wheels to keep up with a very, very quick Bogdanola. But put that all down by the break from Connor O'Donnell, who set their defence in absolute shambles. No one covered back. They had to cut in to shut him down after he cut through the initial line. And that is a very good finish by a man who has not been at his best this season. But the Dragons seem to be getting him right when it really matters. Well, this is the man I'm giving all the credit to here. Connor O'Donnell, sensational to find that initial break and to set it up for his man outside. And that's the sort of teamwork that we know the Dragons can do. A-League 7-0 over Montpellier, a very strong finishing team. Remember though, the Guardians were up quite comfortably at half-time. And Montpellier, they stormed their way back. Here is Ruan Pinar, and he goes very long, only a second kickoff in half an hour. And now a high tackle coming in from Kamara. And that was on poor old Jeremiah De Rossi, who got flattened like a pancake. And mistakes like that is what is going to give an easy ride out of the 22 for the Celtic Dragons. It's kicked long and very well as well by Connor O'Donnell. Over there to Nemani Nadolo, and into touch it goes. Line out inside the Montpellier half is just what they'll be wanting. Another chance to launch a set play. Jenkins this time goes to the middle and it's nicely dragged down. And into the centre of the park goes, Steve Tecox is busting through himself. Has support there and it's a good one too as they quickly win the breakdown. Fired wide to O'Donnell, one to beat, he had to do it, it was all there, it was 3-on-1 and O'Donnell was cocked it there, no chance to get away from that. Here is Mokwa, he's in a bit of danger, finds Mukoko, back to Tecox who straightens up through the middle. And Montpellier is storming back into this game. Quickly fired back to Bogdanola, who's in his 22, but it was put back and he picks down the full. It's an error from Ola. Or will he get away with this? Surely that was taken back, he's got away with it as well. Lucky for Bogdanola. Shining lights at the moment for the Dragons as the outside centre as here come Montpellier once more. Good work there from Willemse. And here is Bismarck du Plessis running away from a very desperate Connor O'Donnell. Release. Up to the 10-metre line now. There goes half-time. My goodness me, it's flying by. Big chance for Willemse. Back inside they go. Looking for a way through. It's eventually Ngusu who goes to ground and a chance. It's a turnover. Here is De Rossi's knocked it on. And a last chance saloon now for Montpellier. They've got advantage which will end the half if they use it. Willemse. Good tackle there on Willemse. This could be it, I think. It will be. O'Donnell turns it over and the referee will blow it up. Well, the mistake from De Rossi. They just wanted to kick it out. But the referee will send the two sides to the sheds for half-time. Action-packed. Neither team really getting the advantage over the other. Defences have been strong, but it is the Celtic Dragons who lead at half-time. 7 points to 0. A lot of chances for both sides, but neither able to put them away. I quickly scan down and I see line breaks is led by Montpellier 3-2. Yet they've not turned any of those into points. Great work at the back by one man, Thomas Shelby, who has been on top of things in the number 15 jumper for the Dragons. They've had all the ball, however, 61% of possession, 73% of territory. That is a dominant half from the Dragons, and they'll want to continue that on. They'll be a little aggrieved they've not picked up more points. Just 7 is not enough to get you a win over a strong finishing Montpellier side. We have 40 minutes of action-packed rugby still to come, so do not go anywhere. We'll get back to the second half right now. Who will take these crucial competition points in round 9? Remember, the regular season only has 2 more rounds remaining, so these two sides really are running out of chances to commit to the top of the table. Release. Withers goes back to Tecox, who's going to look for the safety of the touchline, and a good kick too. That is very well placed by Steve Tecox. The experience of the number 12 jumper is coming through now for the Celtic Dragons. Full 7-man line out here for Montpellier, the French club looking to launch something from their own half, and Bismarck goes to the back, he just gets it. It's way back at the 22, and now they launch. They've got a chance here. So Fontaine inside, outside, Aaron Cronin with a big chance. Support to left, it's a try. He's knocked it on. He's knocked it on. Nadolo drops a try. Unbelievable. You'd put your house on it. You'd put every cent you've ever earned on it. Then Namnani Nadolo would catch it and put that one to bed. Twists and turns, we are far from done here. De Rossi feeds the ball, it's a scrum and it's a desperate 1-2 for the Dragons. And Montpellier, they shove late and they shove hard and they've turned this ball over. 10-metre scrum essentially now, double cut out straight to Sir Fontaine, 1-on-1, it's little grubber kick in behind, but Mokwa has that dealt with no problem whatsoever. Samosi and Gusa looking to play the speed card, but on this occasion, he had a very adept rival in Junior Mokwa, who dealt with that with ease, and it's a 22 dropout. Down it goes to Pinar, who's actually kicked it straight back into the 22. It's left to bounce, and Craig Anderson charges forward, the big second rower. Sets it up for De Rossi, who goes back to Bogdanola, who's going to look again for a bit of territory. Gets it high this time, it bounces, and it sits up nicely at the back, and Benjamin Fall gives to Aaron Cruden, who's nicely finding Nagusa, and away we go again. Big run here from Louis Picamol. To the left side they go. Bismarck Duplessis keeping it alive nicely for Serfontaine. Getting up to Stain, and Francois Stain is decked by Connor O'Donnell. Into the half they go. All of a short side play, not bad there. Ruan Pinar kicks again though. And it's a bit of a nothing kick as Ticox is back there alongside Mokwa. In trouble now. De Rossi fires it out to kick Ticox. And Minip Jones is right there in support. And Minip Jones stomps it away. Big kick here by the back rower. And it's a big chase as well for Pinar as it goes 22-22.
Advantage.
Oh, mistake! Pinar shoulder forward. And that is the game-breaking moment the Celtic Dragons were looking for. Well, they had numbers back, didn't they, Montpellier? The chase was average from Minip Jones. He got there, but he was easily fooled by the footwork of Ruan Pinar. And now the Dragons put on a massive scrum. Here is Frederick Loeb. Loeb running hard. Well, he's lost it, though. And it's advantage to the Dragons, who have intercepted it. It's topsy-turvy all over the place. I'm not sure what advantage is for, but it's a pick and go. Minip Jones, advantage is over. De Rossi out the back door. Ricky to O'Donnell. And that'll be it. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Top of the table. Celtic Dragons, 2 tries, nothing back. And they should stay there now. Excellent work from the Dragons. How they got that advantage, I'm not quite sure. But how they didn't butcher this, I don't know that answer either. Great work keeping that ball alive, and the supporting numbers were just too much for Montpellier to contend with. Minip Jones almost overcooked it. De Rossi just throwing it out the back. It was desperation, and somehow it all went to hand for the home team. Connor O'Donnell scores, and this may well be the second only defeat to Montpellier this season. Still got 20 minutes to go, however. So don't count these guys out just yet. The Guardians probably did, and they paid the price. Suffering a draw. But the Dragons, they are watertight at the back at the moment, and only a couple of tries. But it may well be all they need. We're almost 65 minutes in. Only quarter of an hour to go as Pinar goes short, and it's taken nicely from Minip Jones, who's going to lose it straight away. Isolated like nothing else. And it is a turnover to Louis Picamoles. Paul Valimsa to the left-hand side, and Serfontaine gives it to Nemani Nadolo, who has been, well, a bit of a nemesis at the moment. He's not put anything away. The chances he's had, oh my goodness! O'Donnell has smashed Valimsa. That's a great little run there. How did he get away with that? The dividends just about scathing through the defensive line. Now it's the backs it goes. Aaron Cruden. Can he set another one up? He will. It's got to be a try. They quickly come wide. Kamara inside support. He's got Nagusa, and Shelby's cut him in half. Shelby delivers another punishing blow, and the Dragons kick long. It bounces end on end and into touch. What a miraculous play from Thomas Shelby. Well, if there's a man you want to deliver, you've got him in the number 15 jumper, and he has stopped Montpellier in their tracks on numerous occasions. They go to the bench with a couple of changes. Tilashava going off, and to the front, it's just about stolen, but Ledevich does very well. And again, Montpellier come once more, and they're doing very well on the maul too. They're charging upfield. Screwing up the defence now as they go into midfield, and Serfontaine finds out to Nadolo, who is once again wrapped up. Antonio Ricky doing a great job there. Here is, a little bit of a dummy run there, but here it is for Pinar. And it was great work from Louis Picamoles. 3 minutes remain. Back to Cruden, who has been instrumental. There's no luck in finishing in support at all. It's an attempted turnover there from Jeremiah De Rossi. It's back to Pinar. Goes to Serfontaine, cuts back to Bismarck, and Aaron Cruden slides through. He's got left and right numbers. Oh, he's fanned his way through. Great work from Aaron Cruden. They are just 5 minutes short now. There goes full time. The Guardians will take it, but do they have a bonus point in the bank? Montpellier, pick and go. Down the corner. If they go wide, there's a chance, but they don't. Piling into the breakdown. Yanni Duplessis offloading nicely to front. Stain set it up here, 10 metres short. Wide, Yanni Duplessis. Oh, that is hospital pass if we've ever seen one. And how's that on a turnover? It will be eventually, will it? I think it will. Yes, there it is. Back it goes to O'Donnell. O'Donnell thumps it long. He should have just kicked it out. What's he doing? Benjamin Fall's got it. He's given away to Francois Stein. And now they attack again, Montpellier. How has he just not kicked that out? Bizarre stuff here from Conor O'Donnell. Probably his first error of the matchup. You've got to say he's been phenomenal. But Withers gets it back. Mukoko. One more for the road. Has Antonio Ricci. One to beat. Has he got it in there? He doesn't. Turned over now, and Montpellier come back. Is there another one for them somehow? It's Yanni Duplessis. Linovic gets it wide. Good ball from Stein out to it is Aaron Cronin this time, who's going to go into touch, and that will be that. A flurry of explosive attack in the final seconds of the game, but it is not enough to break down this Celtic Dragons defence, which has been simply unstoppable tonight. The best of the competition came knocking, and they just weren't good enough. Montpellier should have scored 2, 3, 4 tries, but they were nowhere near the standard required, and the Dragons, amazing, immaculate defence, holds them out yet again, and they continue on undefeated with a 14-0 win over Montpellier. What a disappointing display from the French club tonight. The Dragons all over it. Just 2 tries. Conor O'Donnell and Bogdan Ola, one each side of half-time. And it was Conor O'Donnell with 2 out of 2 from the team. Montpellier, they will be absolutely distraught. I mean, Namani Nadolo should have scored that one on the left wing. That was a real gimme. And then it was Nagusa and Cruden on the right side that should have scored easily themselves. How many times they break the line, support left and right. They either don't pass it or they don't catch the ball. Simply put, the passes just don't go to hand. Utterly disappointing, unforgivable rugby from Montpellier tonight, and they suffer with a 14-0, no bonus points, no nothing to go home with from this clash with the Dragons. Well, they will keep top of the table as well, the Celtic Dragons, but look at that second half, it really did tighten up. It was a first half domination. I thought Montpellier were going to fire back, but they just could not finish the job. Look at the line breaks, 9 line breaks by Montpellier, yet only 5 by the Dragons. Yet we have 2 tries to none. 9 line breaks, no tries. What does that tell you? It tells me horribly poor rugby from Montpellier. They just did not finish the job at all. Only one high tackle, the discipline wasn't too bad, handling errors were pretty even, and the Dragons were kicking a lot of ball away because they were under the pump territorially. It was poor from Montpellier, and they will certainly want to step it up in future weeks because their season is hanging in a balance. Now the Dragons got another 4, they will go outright and comfortably top of the table. So the other AI sides have picked up another matchup. The Saracens with a 35-18 win over the Crusaders. That's comfortably as well for Saracens. Quite surprising in that one. We'll have a look at the table to see how that changes things. Wow, Crusaders are falling massively down, 9th position now. Only 3 wins and 6 losses. They were a team to look out for. Now they are a team struggling to even keep inside the top 10. Saracens, who are 10th, now are only, 6 points behind, but they've beaten the team that's ahead of them, which is always a good place to be. You see the Celtic Dragons are up top, 7 wins, 2 losses from their 9 matches. I'll flick that down so you can actually read it. 36 points, they are cruising, but the All Blacks have a chance with a bonus point win that they could equal them on 36 points. But their points differential does tell quite the story, as it is a good, that's about 29 points or so ahead of the All Blacks. And with 1 loss, 1 draw, and 6 wins, the All Blacks have still got a lot of work to do. The Guardians have jumped over the Flakers, but Montpellier, what a chance. They could have gone 34, top of the table again, but they've really not come to the races at all this season, and it appears as if they are not going to be the challengers that we wished and hoped that they would be. Sadly for them, though, they're still on 30, and there's still a chance. They're only 1 point behind the Guardians. And they've got matches, big matches to come as well. Let's have a look at what's coming up. All Flakes Scarlets will be next matchup before the Flakers take on Leinster. The Guardians of the Crib versus the Celtic Dragons. Wow, that is going to be a cracker. And then that one is really going to be interesting as well, because I feel like Montpellier are going to score tries. We just watched that game. They should have scored 3 or 4 tries without too much problem. They just couldn't finish their dinner. Can they do it against the All Flakes, and then they will finish off against the Flakers. That one is going to be a crucial one as well. So they're still with a chance to make that top 4. They need to pick up at least one win out of these last 2 to have any chance, and they need other results to go their way. Guardians, they could lose their next 2 games. The Dragons and the All Flakes could topple them, and that will really put a dismal end to their season. So I can't wait for those 2 games. Then we're into the big dance, the quarterfinals, and that's when it all happens. But for now, they are a bit shaky at the bottom of the top 5 places are Montpellier. You've got to give credit where it's due, though. Thomas Shelby, an amazing performance for the Dragons. If he wasn't a fullback, maybe the game would have been a bit different. Cruden was fantastic. Again, the midfield partnership, Stain and Serfontaine was brilliant. Nagusa actually got in this game. Nadolo should have scored a try. I can't believe Nadolo didn't score that try. Of all times to knock the ball on Namani, that was not the one you wanted to do it to. Regardless, though, what a disappointing display from Montpellier. They sit down on 30 points, equal with the Flakers, but they still have a game to play. The Guardians on 31. The All Flakes play next year on 31 as well, and they'll take on the Scarlets. I hope to see you all there for that one. Hope you enjoyed the Premier matchup. It was exciting, wasn't it? But the finishing touches just weren't there for the visiting team tonight, which is a bit of a shame. But we'll be back in next Sunday for, hopefully, just to give you a bit of a heads up, it'll be this one. So coming up this week with the All Flakes Scarlets and the Flakers Leinster, that'll be during the week, and then that Guardians, Dragons will be coming next Sunday, and then we'll do the same. Montpellier, All Flakes, Scarlets, Flakers, and hopefully Lions versus Dragons during the week, and then bang, Guardians, All Flakes for the Sunday after that. So next couple of weeks looking really good. We should be into the finals in a couple of weeks or so time. So that's really the plan of the series. Hope you're all enjoying it out there. Hope you enjoyed the premiere here tonight, and I'll see you all for the next one, where it will be the All Flakes versus Scarlets. I'll see you there for it. Until then, thanks for watching as always, and take care.